Now, what does your Uncle Charlotte always tell you? The craziest people in all of America are in the Bronx and all of Florida, and every other day, if not every day.
T-Time, you sleep. Get in the groove, get in the groove, smooth. Go get in the groove, go get in the groove, smooth. Go get in the groove, go get in the groove, smooth. Go get in the groove, go get in the groove, smooth. Go get in the groove. Walk, step, walk, move, walk, pause, walk, move, walk, step, walk, move, walk, pause, walk, move, walk, step, walk, move, walk, pause, walk, move, walk, step, walk, pause, walk, move, walk. Hold on, swerve, slide, swerve, 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 left, right, move, left, jump, right, slide, left, move, right, jump, left, slide, right, let's go, left, right, move, left, jump, right, move, left, hop, right, slide, left, move, right, hold on, mud, you go, mud, what, slide, move, jump, kill it, mud, slide, jump, hold on, step, in the groove, 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 step, in the groove. Go get in the groove, go quick out the room, about to pull out the broom, yeah, dog, that's you, rollin' with you sleep, yeah, trail fire with me, for real, that be tied to the T, about to go ahead and drop on the beat, you sleep, hold on, switch it on up, yeah, my dog in the cut, he stuck, hold on, we're rolling in the bus, for real, yeah, my dog, yeah, we straight turned up, new hit, straight from the Emmy, hold on, we riding on the Benji, do this thing so live, hold on, trail fire, hold on, get in the groove, step, get in the groove, swerve, get in the groove, step, get in the groove, swerve, get in the groove, step, get in the groove, swerve, get in the groove, step, get in the groove, walk to step, move, walk to slide, move, walk to step, move, walk to slide, walk, move, step, to walk, move, slide, walk, move, step, to walk, move, slide, moving, slide, tippy, toe, tippy, toe, tippy, now get in the groove. Get in the groove. Get in the groove. We still in the groove. New song called Get in the Groove. Boy, this gonna be that new hit here, boy. 305. You see. ENT. Let's go.
There it is. Let's go. Check it out, guys. Welcome back, man. Big Duke All Fight, No Smoke with the 4-quarter talk. Listen, guys, man, it's a lot of stuff going on out there in the YouTube streets, but we're going to try to bring you some informative information. It's not what everybody want to hear, but it's something that you need to hear, especially like reading the labels and stuff like that. Also, you know, it's other things out there that you can be doing, but I appreciate everybody who stopped in the building to take the time to come see what we got to present to you guys. I'm joined today by my brother, the underrated one, and Angel. We're going to talk about, guys, how when you go into the grocery store, the first thing you do is see the labels. The first thing you do is when you go in the grocery store, you see the front panel and stuff like that. You're like, oh, cool, no trans fat, oh, less sugar, 100% fruit juice. But we're going to get into that. So, again, guys, I'm not worried about, all the views and all that good stuff. I don't care if one person in here gets this information, then it can apply to itself and make it applicable to them or their families. I have done my job. So me, underrated Angel, we have done our job. It doesn't matter if it's 50 people in here, 500 people in here, or 5 people in here. The main thing is getting the message out, guys, so you guys can make this applicable to your family and to yourself. So with that being said, guys, I want to introduce my man, underrated one, and Angel. What's going on, fam?
Hello, everybody.
Yeah. Yo, peace to everybody out there. Thank you for this opportunity, my brother.
No doubt, no doubt. So the first thing, guys, man, we want to get into, like you're seeing in the thumbnail, prehistoric animals do exist. So I'm gonna get into this, man. I want you guys to see this, man. It's crazy, but at the same time, you wouldn't believe what you're about to see, or maybe you have seen it. So the first thing is I want to share with you guys this right here. I want to show you guys something, and then we're gonna get into this. So when we talk about, put that down. When we talk about gators, we're not talking about this gator right here, what you're about to see. Everybody know about this gator from Jungle Fever. So we're not talking about this gator. So, but everybody know about this gator right here. Check it out.
They hate having to resort to knocking elderly people in the head.
Fair use, fair use.
Yeah, but I'll do it. I'll do it. You know I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll do it. You know I'll do it. I like it. My brother. Yeah. Yo, man. We don't do this anymore. Come on, let's go. Give me over there. That's it, Gator. That's it.
All right. We're not talking about that gator. But let's look at Gator 1. Okay. This guy right here is 10 meters. In other words, 33 feet long. This guy was on this earth 100, maybe 100 to 8 million years ago. And you see how big he is. If you look down at the bottom, you see how big he is compared to a man. All right, so that's Gator 1. Don't even get me trying to say the name. I'm gonna go ahead and fuck that all the way up. I can tell you that right now. So that's Gator 1. We're gonna keep this thing going. Okay, this is Gator 2, 10.6 meters. In other words, 35 feet. 35 feet long. Oh God, I don't got no stats on him, or maybe I do here. But the thing is, don't he look like one of the gators today? This guy was on the planet 80 to 73 million years ago. Let's get into the third. Let's call this nigga rambunctious. This dude is 49 to 59 feet, 20 tons in weight. You know what I'm saying? Look at this, man. Look at this right here, 36 feet. Come on, man. What can you do with that? You seen that in the water? What can you do with that? Even being in the boat. And then the last one. This guy is 11 to 12 meters, 36 to 40 feet. And here's the thing about it. It's probably the largest prehistoric crocodile. They're not sure. They're just saying probably. They don't even know for sure. So, but you see all that, right? Millions and millions and millions and millions of years ago. And then you get 112 million years ago, this guy was on the planet. But then after that, you get this shit.
Biggest freaking alligator I have ever seen in my life.
Listen, this is today. This is in Florida. This is in Florida. This is not fake. This is not staged. This is not CGI. This is a real damn alligator.
Jeez, this thing must be 15 feet long.
Look at that.
You gotta be kidding me. Oh, you ever seen anything that big? I think that's two guys in an alligator suit.
Now look at this dude. Look at him now.
Get next to it for perspective.
So here's the thing, guys. Check this out. If that alligator was to turn right, ain't shit he can do at that moment. Nothing. Nothing he can do. Dinosaurs do exist, guys. They do exist. What can you do with that? They want to get a picture and shit. Here's another one.
They're calling this beast Godzilla.
Have you guys seen?
First thing, this is a total separate alligator. This is not the same one. This is not the same one.
In this, a giant gator. Look at this. It almost looks like a joke.
Lots of people on social media assume the video was a fake, but it's not. Can you imagine coming face to face with this creature? This guy's first stroll. The video was taken by a pro golfer at the Valencia Country Club in Naples, Florida. When he posted the video of the alligator online, it went viral in a flash. That giant looks like a baby dinosaur, goes one comment. And this, I just moved here yesterday. Pretty sure I can get my deposit back. One major reason why the gator looks so menacing is that he's doing a so-called high walk. Usually, when we see gators on the move, they're much closer to the ground. Not this guy.
The main reason it gets in the high walk is really because it's faster walking that way.
Zoo Miami wildlife expert Ron McGill.
But when you have an alligator that big, it also shows you the impressive size. You know, think about yourself. Just doing a push-up is not easy, okay? So think about walking that way on all fours when an alligator's body is so much larger than its small legs.
That's crazy.
It almost looks like a joke.
That is crazy, man. Like, there's nothing you can do with that. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing you can do with that on any day of the week. So before we get into this, guys, man, I want to sit there and say we appreciate all 7 people in the building. Everybody watching from a bird's eye view, salute to you guys. You know what I'm saying? Let's get the party started, guys. We're not going to be here that long. We want to be half short, but twice as strong. So with that being said, guys, when we first go to the grocery store, this is one of the things that we see. Where's that? Where we at? Grocery store. Here's what we see when we go to the grocery store. Right there, right? So we see all the labels. We see everything is labeled. Everything is in a vibrant color. You see a lot of no trans fats. You see a lot of ingredients. Everything is pushed to the edge so you can see it, so you can actually pick it up and put it in your cart. So you see a lot of stuff, but this look good. But you will never see any items like this right here turned around because it's in black and white. It's boring. You see what I'm saying? And then they already know that people, from a consumer standpoint, from a marketing standpoint, I should say, they know people don't want to read. But you'll see the front of something like this right here, and you'll pick it up because it says no trans fat. You know what I'm saying? 0% sugar. You know what I'm saying? So you'll pick this up, no GMOs. You'll pick this up and put it in your cart. And first thing I'm gonna go to is I want Angel to sit there and say why people don't sit there and take the time to read the labels. Go ahead, Angel, you got it.
Well, a lot of people, when they go into the grocery store, they already have in their mind what they want and what they like to eat. And a lot of marketing to people, it's just, it's kind of mindless. So you pick it up, you think it's good for you because it says, oh, no trans fat, or low, like you just said, or it's fat-free or gluten-free, or all of these new marketing tips for new quote unquote diet fads,
Correct.
Organic, or so you have to, not many people take the time to really understand what these terms mean and what that means for your particular body or what that means for your particular diet. These are just random claims that they want to put on there for marketing purposes. Is not necessarily for your health. So all of these processed foods that have these pretty labels and things to catch your attention, that's all it is to catch your attention, not to really promote you eating them for good health.
Good stuff. And without going to the next slide, underrated one. Tell us why we wait. Like, why we wait to go, you know what I'm saying? We'll wait to go to the physician, and the physician will say, hey, listen, you need to be white, you need to take care of your nutrition and stuff like that. Why wait when we don't sit there and take our time to do our due diligence and just fucking read? Go ahead.
Because most of the majority of the time we uneducated with what's going on, and at the same time we definitely go by what the the National Agricultural Report is sometimes we have to go by what the state agriculture legislation of your state where it's at, and also at the same time too that we have to understand that you know the doctors is working for these pharmaceutical companies. And so they work hand in hand with the agriculture. So what do you think they're going to do? They're not they everyday people like us, they're going to give us garbage. So that means that you got to educate yourself. If you have families, you got to educate them. You got to read the labels. There's a certain word that you don't understand, look it up. Had constant conversation because they are really pushing this and everything. And you gotta understand, you gotta learn understand when you read the labels, just like Angel was talking about. You gotta read it about high cholesterol. You gotta read it if it's 0%, like especially like organic. No thing organic should not be in the teens. That is out. So we got to educate ourselves, and then also if you have a family, it's very very important how to educate ourselves to read labels smartly. And I'm saying that you need to listen to us because we the ones. I said we the ones do the homework. We the ones that I don't. Well, I live by myself. So live by myself. That means I gotta be extra careful. Plus, especially I cook. So I gotta be extra careful when when you see sodium. People get scared of sodium. Oh well, you don't have to worry about getting scared of sodium. You just gotta see the percentage and the grams and the stuff. Low sodium. Sometimes low sodium. They be that's a lot. That's a lot. Oh that could be less, but sometimes they can have more grams. They can have more sugar. So you gotta learn how to read. You gotta learn how to read and how to pick out the meats. Oh, I'm sorry. I can go on and on.
Now, you good. You good. Now we gonna get into that. You hit on something that I want to address. Agriculture standpoint, and I want to segue into something like a lot of times people may say, well, I get it when they say we can't afford the high end stuff because here's the thing, people, anybody that's listening, all your good stuff, all your good produce is on the outskirts of the grocery store. All the stuff in the center aisle, that's the stuff that's going to be marked down. Like Angel said, a lot of your processed food, a lot of stuff with preservatives and stuff like that to preserve it. You know what I'm saying? To keep it, in other words, to keep shelf life. So I get it. We do get it. Like all your expensive stuff is going to be on the outskirts of the grocery store. It's going to be a little bit higher, but at the same time, those are the better products. So I want to ask, like Angel, like what would you say to some people that just sit there and say, well, hey, listen, my budget only allows set amount of things that I can bring into my household to feed me or my family. So what would you say to a person like that in that situation?
I would say, you have to kind of be careful about meal planning because it's so easy to pick up something quick and fast and cheap.
Say that again. Say that again. That's it. Say that again, please. I want that in real time.
So you have to, you have to be intentional about meal planning because it's easy to pick up something quick, fast, and cheap. And the things that are quick, fast, and cheap are full of chemicals, like you said, full of preservatives, full of things that your body does not need and doesn't necessarily like. So when you start getting sick from certain things, it's probably from the processed foods. So one key is to maybe look into farmers markets. There's some food stands that are out here that have fresh local vegetables for very cheap and cheaper than the grocery stores. Don't necessarily shop at like Whole Foods and Harris Teeters. They can be, those high-end expensive grocery stores. You don't necessarily have to shop there to be quote unquote healthy.
Right.
You can go to your Lidl's or your Aldi's and still get good fresh food. Shop frozen. If fresh seems expensive, then go frozen. Get those bags of like brown rice and beans are fairly cheap, and it just takes a little bit more time to cook. So like I said, you have to kind of be intentional about meal planning and meal prepping, and then once you do that, you can freeze the food and still have a lot. So It's about being very, very intentional. Take that one day a week and then plan for the week. Um, so it takes time, it takes practice, but once you get into the groove, it'll get easier. But like I said, it's very easy to go pick up that something that's quick, that's fast, that's easy, and that's our culture.
I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna go ahead and dovetail that, Andrew, and I'm gonna unpack that a little bit more because I think some people, when they say that, that they don't have the necessary funds to get said whatever it is. But at the same time, I think people like to say they want it quick and easy. So in other words, they will rather go to a Burger King and get a 2 for $5 when you can go to Walmart and get a pack of chicken for $5. You know what I'm saying? With free range chicken and stuff like that. But some of that stuff is just, oh, I don't have the money. But you want, in other words, you just want it more quick and fast than taking your time to sit there and going to the store and getting a pack of chicken and stuff like that, some good source of protein, and you want that 2 for $5 Whoppers or whatever it is, or whatever they got special they got going on, 2 for $4, whatever it is. So I agree with you, but I think they sometimes people just lazy as well.
Very true.
Go ahead, Andre, you got it, brother.
Well, I would say this though too, that we have to. I think this is the thing that everything to say, Angel, is you absolutely correct. But I think the one thing that we don't like to talk about it, but we have to. In our community throughout the years, I know when I was coming up in Brooklyn, New York, born and raised, even around the country, in our communities, we had butchers. You know what I'm saying? And so the food back then was healthy. You see how they cut up the meat. You see the animals back then was healthier. It was. I'm not gonna say it was a lot of chemicals because it was, but you you know the difference and stuff. But throughout the years, the butchers is not in our community no more. Farmer markets it's not in all our communities. There's certain sectors in our community around the country, but it's not there. So that means that that means we have to be very, very strategically. If they don't have no good food, maybe you have to go to the next town to find to get the healthier foods and go to that farmer markets. So it goes back to the point that I make it like a few minutes ago, about agriculture in wherever you live at, because there are certain farmer markets is not in our community, and we have to be honest.
Mm.
We have to be honest. So, and then also we have to work with it and our budget. Our budget, what it is what it is. But it doesn't mean that is just a death sentence that you can still eat healthy. You can still eat healthy within the ritual. You just might have to travel to another town. You go on a bus. Sometimes I have to go on a bus and go to another town to get some food because the farmers market where I'm at, they talking about they're gonna take that away next year because there's no resources to come that being in our community. So it's very important that we must have to talk about. We must have to have these conversations. We cannot run away from it.
You're exactly right. You're exactly right, and that's happening a lot in our communities. The food deserts is what it's termed, where there's no access to good foods. You only have those convenience markets that only offer the processed foods, which is part of the epidemic of the Black community being at these health disparities. So you're exactly right, that it's not offered, and it takes, you have to go out of your way and beyond your means to get the food that you need. And so that's a discussion that our federal government needs to have. That's why it's so important to vote.
Mm.
It's
Right.
I mean, these are that's a deep discussion that we can't even handle
Right.
in
Yeah.
this
Right.
in this platform.
Right.
Yeah, but let me make this one more point before you continue. Because see, I had those conversations in the past and stuff, but this is the thing about we shouldn't wait for no federal. That's the point. Federal government should have these conversations. You're absolutely right, but it takes among us as a family. We got to have these discussions, especially if you have family. Even though I know people say, "Oh, you single," even you single. I mean, all of us in our community, we gotta have these discussions because because it's not triggering down to our community. It's triggered out to other companies. That's why they eat healthier because, and there are some times that they get better stuff. Oh, let me get one more thing in that also too. Like they have convenience stores that you can get like clothes and stuff and appliances and stuff. Sometimes you can find some great food, gourmet food right there that is still healthy. That is still good.
Facts.
So you can save money from there. You can save money and you can still eat healthy. By any means, you gotta search out for certain places that you don't think that have good food. Trust and believe. Trust and believe. I know what I'm talking about because I got great food of these certain convenience stores like Roses, once in a while Family Dollar. Okay, so you gotta search. You got you. I mean, when you get great food. When you get food, you got to make sure you read the labels. You got to think about the family. You got to think about the kids because you got to understand your kids got to eat it. And at the same time, while you get older too, the more preserves that you put in your body, the less your body is going to operate at a certain order. And I have to understand this too. So that is very important.
Say that again, underrated man. You just hit on something, man. The more say that again. I want you to say it again in real time.
The more preserves that we put on our body, the less order that is going to be running in our body. So that means we got to be very, very conscious. Now, you think if if our kids, our young people could take it, oh, then I mean that it's working funny. What you think that I'm over 50? What's it's going to be? So that means that you wake up in headaches, you wake up tired all the time, you wake up bloated and stuff. So we have to understand that while we doing that, we taking more chemicals and stuff, and so that's why we have to be very, very conscious and stuff. Sometimes they not gonna have the right foods in this regular supermarket. We have to call it as it is. They giving us junk. That's how it is and everything. So go to these convenience stores and look. Trust and believe. Maybe you cannot read the read that label on the front. That title. But trust and believe. When you open up that can, when you put it in, you read it. Sometimes it tastes better than ones in the supermarket.
Hold on, underrated. That's what I'm going at next. That's what I'm next. I want you guys to chime in on that because now when people hear that, they'll hear us and be like, well, oh man, no, they say we gotta eat the most expensive shit, we gotta get the most expensive shit. So here's the thing. What you guys say when sometimes that's not always true. Like people will sit there and want to get the most expensive item, but at the same time, it's not the most healthiest item for you. So that's another thing that we gotta be cautious of as well. And you gotta go ahead.
Yeah, I fell victim to exactly what you're saying. I started buying these organic vegan meals from the frozen food section, and then once I started looking at the labels, I was like, oh, look at all this sodium that's in here. Look at all this sugar that's in here. So I mean, they, like I said, just like you said, it's kind of like that marketing. It's like you think that, oh, what is expensive, or it says organic, or it says whatever health claim that they want to put on there. Once you read the labels, it's no better than like underrated one said. You can go to, like, I saw some decent frozen food in the Dollar Tree.
Yes.
And
hey, underrated. Mute up, fam. Mute up. There you go. Go ahead, Andrew.
Oh, like I said, I saw some decent frozen vegetables in the Dollar Tree. The Dollar Tree. So, I didn't have to buy that expensive organic vegan meal from the grocery store. I could have gone to the Dollar Tree, gotten some decent frozen vegetables, and had pretty much the same meal.
No, that's facts. That's facts and stuff like that. Because I see it all the time. Well, and I'm about to pull up a label in a second, guys. I want you guys to hit on that. Matter of fact, let's put it up now. and guys can see exactly what we're talking about, because I like to paint a picture for people so you can see exactly what we're saying as far as like the label is concerned. So post this out. So let's talk about juice first. And anyone of you guys can jump on this right here. But first thing I will say this, and I'm gonna give it to you guys. So the first thing, like I said in the opening, guys, what you see is family size Welch's 100% grape juice. Okay, what it say right here? U.S. grown grapes. But if you look over here on the side, okay, it says 36 grams of sugar. All right. So the serving size is 8 ounces. Okay. So in 8 ounces, so in other words, in a cup, you're getting 36 grams of sugar. Now, if you're giving this to your kids, and then I'm gonna pass it off. If you're giving this to your kids, you and I both know your kid is not going to drink 8 ounces. Let's go ahead on and double that right there. So 36 plus 36, you do the math. Okay? So that's how many grams of sugar they're getting per cup. Well, let's sit there and say they do 16 ounces. All right? Underrated, you got it, because I know you want to get in on this right here, fam. You got it.
Yeah, and then understand this too. What the brother is explaining, that is alarming. You're giving your kids, whew, that's a lot.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a lot, and so that means that and it doesn't help, because I used to say maybe you diluted, maybe it helps. No, it doesn't help at all, because that's just an add-on anyway. So you can't do that. You could freeze it and all that. It's still going to be there. So that means that sometimes, you cannot go to Welch. That means you might have to go to you might have to go for a no-frill brand. And sometimes a no-frill brand could be better for your kids and even better for you too. So picture if you down and you work for a corporate company, and they got their own restaurant inside a building. And picture you just drinking 8 ounces of Welch's like 3 or 4 times a day. You figure that that's going to make it. That's going to make you tired. That's going to make you sluggish. Your work. When you work and your habits is going down. You be constantly tired and stuff like that. So picture you giving this to your kid. Make you sluggish. Your work. When you work and your habits is going down. So that's why it's very, very. You have to learn to read the labels, and just like I got this. I'm showing. Let me show. Oh, let me cut the camera back on. Like this one. Like it's a cinnamon vanilla infusion, right? So it says calories 100, right? All right. Oh, okay. No, I'll talk about that in a few minutes. Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm here.
Hold on. I'm gonna have to reboot.
Okay. Okay.
Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Yeah, I'm gonna reboot. Hold on a second. Oh, man.
Hey, welcome to fourth quarter talk. He gonna reboot his system. This is the underrated one, and then we got Queen Angel, and welcome. So to the brother, come back. We go trying to hold it down and stuff like that, and let's we gotta learn how to read labels. Is there anything you want to add on Angel before you come back?
No, you pretty much hit on it. I mean, if you think about it this way, so there was 36 grams of sugar that was in that juice. There's about 4 grams of sugar per teaspoon, so that was 9 teaspoons of sugar. So would you eat straight 9 teaspoons of sugar?
Facts.
So, you kind of have to do the math. It's like, okay, that's a lot of, that was just 8 ounces. Like you said, double it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
And
18 teaspoons of sugar that you would just drink in one sitting.
yeah,
Right.
and also if you add ice to it, and I'm talking about crushed ice or cube ice, that's still not going to help it. It's still going to be there.
Facts.
Got to understand that too. Yeah, you take the flavor, but it's still going to be there. And so now you start talking about maybe the flavor you're going to be saturated, but you're still drinking it, so it's still going to have effect.
Mm-hmm. So with that being said, let me show you guys another one that a lot of people get misconstrued and messed up. So this is right here. People say, "Oh man, this is healthy." I see something that's on here says it's real. I say it's real. So when they see this, let's close that out. When they see this right here, they thinking, "Oh man, it's real strawberries on the bottom, all natural ingredients." But you come over here and you see 14 grams, you know what I'm saying, per container. So, and this is another example, guys, of how you need to read the label. So if you want to do yogurt, if you want to do it a more healthy route, go with plain yogurt, or one that has, you know what I'm saying, go with something that's plain so that you can actually see that there's a whole lot of sugar in it. Which you see on the side, when you can see over here, but it says no fake, all that other stuff on there. But look at this right here, per container is 14 grams of sugar. Go ahead, Andrew, you got it.
Oh, I mean, that's one of those claims where it says that, like, if it says fat free or low fat, what they do is they add sugar in it to make it taste better, or to get that same kind of consistency or texture, or they add something else. So when you have one claim that says no or low something, then they're probably adding something else to it to try to make it taste the same or better, and it's not necessarily better for you. So yeah, like you said, you have to kind of pay close attention. Now they're starting to put in these included added sugars on the label.
Right.
That wasn't there before. They're starting to add that, like the juice label that you had before didn't have the added sugars
Right.
comment on it. Now the FDA has required them to put these added sugars in there. So natural sugars are okay to an extent, but then when you get those added sugars is what you really have to pay close attention to.
Good point. Good point. Good point, Angel. Good point. And so that's another thing, guys. Like I see Wanda down there, man. And a lot of people they see things and they get it misconstrued and say oh man, I'm eating all natural, I'm eating 100% healthy. And again, what the boring thing to do is actually put in some sweat equity and turn it around and then just simply read. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times I get it. Sometimes they don't understand what it is that you're getting in your system, so that. But you got to sit there and do your due diligence and try to inform yourself of what you bring into your system, and also what you bring into your kids' system. Mm-hmm. So you got it. While I set this up, underrated or Angel, you got it. While I set this up.
Now, I also go more Angel part too. We have to understand this too, that while they add the sugars, they start adding artificial flavor too. Oh. We gotta look for those too. Some of these yogurts and also some of these preserves too, because they put artificial flavor. And so when they put artificial flavor, they probably have it's probably like 0.9 sugar, 0.9 this and that sodium. So we gotta also look out for the artificial flavor too. Sometimes they separate it. It depends on the brand. Sometimes they don't. So gotta look out for that. We gotta look out for that too.
So here's another thing that's real popular amongst, I mean, like especially in the summertime when you got your kids and stuff like that. Here's what you see a lot, you know what I'm saying, in the pantry, right here. A whole lot of what we call empty calories. In other words, as they say, food that has no nutritional value is called empty calories. So you can look up here. You got your honey buns, you got your soft baked cookies and stuff like that, Cracker Jacks, your Swiss rolls, your Pringle, your Pop Tarts, and stuff like that. All this is considered empty calories, no nutritional value whatsoever. It may taste good, but it can't do anything that's going to actually benefit you as far as your system, internal system is concerned. So again, I hear this a lot too. I don't know about you guys, but I hear this a lot, especially with parents. They'll give this stuff to their kids and like, oh, they're young, they'll burn this off. Well, here's the thing. Let me unpack that a little bit. When you start give your kids these items, what you're doing is slowing down your kids' metabolism. So at an early age, though, you're right. Their metabolism are much faster than somebody that's 30 or 40, 50 years old. But if you keep going down this path, eventually it'll start slowing down, and then they'll start picking up weight. And then next thing you know, Junior around here is on diabetic medication and shit at a young age. And that's some shit that you don't want. So if any one of you guys can attack this right here, because you see this a lot in a lot of homes and stuff like that because of the kids, the summertime, the springtime break. And you see pantry look like this. Go ahead, you got it. Y'all can hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. I'm waiting for Angel. You can go ahead first.
Oh, it was breaking up for a second there. I mean, you just hit on a good point. I mean, this is part of the problem is why we have a rising childhood diabetes problem in this country, and the fact that our kids aren't as active for a number of reasons. There's the video games. There's maybe even lack of parks in the community for them to even go play, or PE is being taken from the schools. So having these empty calories on top of being inactive is not helpful. The thing is, this is also going back to the point earlier about going for the quick, easy thing. But fruit is easy, and it's more nutrient dense. And trying to get into healthy eating habits early, like raw vegetables with hummus, or fruit with peanut butter, or trying to adjust your like I said, it tastes like these things are full of sugar, and that sugar is addictive. That's why they make them that way. And then we just want it more, and our body craves it more. The more we feed it that sugar, the more we're going to want that sugar.
Facts.
So the thing is, we need to start weaning ourselves off of this stuff. And you're going to end up, if you're going to pay, put it this way, you might need to pay a little bit more for healthy foods now, or you're going to pay for diabetic medications later.
Facts. Say that shit again in real time. Woo-hoo. Oh man. Oh. Let me say this underrated. Go ahead, Angel. You got to run that back again.
So you either pay for a little bit more for healthy foods now, or you're going to pay for diabetic medications or doctors later. And that's a whole lot more expensive than trying to eat healthy now.
Exactly. Underrated. You got it, fam. What you got on, man?
She took everything from me. Well, and then
I know, right?
No, but this is the thing that people have to understand too. That again, when you see on the doctor's report, when they talk about agriculture, when they talk about pharmaceutical, when they talk about that, I know that. Oh, it's television, all that. We better pay attention because for them, they want to make, especially our people, they trying to make our life shorter, and especially black men. So that's why, like, when you work out and stuff, and brother, you could talk about this too. When you buy Gatorades and all that stuff, you are still pumping sodium and sugar. Yeah, you burning muscle and you getting the energy, but at the same time, you get tired. And so, really, what do you have something to fall back on? You really have nothing to fall back on because the other the other foods that they giving you is like that. It's like constantly. It's like, yeah, you cutting fat, but at the same time, you don't live long. You
Mm.
know, because I found out that me playing used to play ball and stuff like that. I used to drink Gatorade and stuff like that, and I thought it was good, but I noticed that I'd be sweating and tired. I get tired. I'm supposed to feel that way, but that's when my late father was telling me about that how to read labels, and he telling me that of sugar. Sometimes if it says 0.9, don't go for the 0.9. Read it like this. If it says like 30 like milligrams of sugar. Hey, that's an alarm right there. And
Right.
and I do want to talk about one thing before I pass the link. Anybody that's all organic, and I want people to understand this. If you see anything that's organic, and I'm gonna read the label, if it's all in teens or in 20s, that's a red flag. And I guarantee when you read teas, I guarantee it, you're gonna see sodium. You're gonna see them like I got some regular peanut butter right here. It says full line peanut butter, right? Cholesterol is OMG, no grams. Okay, that's fine. But sodium, 130 milligrams, 130 milligrams. That's hey, that's a little red flag right there. Yeah, it's 6.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes you can get no brand. Sometimes it's good, but sometimes if you get the name brand, sometimes it's better. But it goes by case by case. I do want to put that up right there. Like the same thing, total sugars 3 milligrams, including add 2 grams added sugar 4%. That's pretty good. Protein 7 grams. Okay, that's good. Then you read like Pulsum 20 milligrams, 4%.
I got
All right.
I got you. Let me do this. I'm ready because
Okay, go ahead, go ahead.
no, you said some good stuff, but I want to give people a visual exactly what you're talking about. So check this out, guys. So go ahead on the red, and you can just piggyback off this right here because they can hear you, but some people are like, man, I don't know what the hell on the red talking about. So here's a visual exactly what he's talking about. Go ahead, you got it.
So to read the label, sometimes you can go by the numbers on the right, but you gotta look at the numbers on your left. Look at the numbers to the left of fat 2.5. Look at fat OG if it trans fat. Sometimes you look at the cholesterol. If it says OMG 0, that's good. Sodium, like I said, it says 130 milligrams. But it says 6%. Sometimes you cannot go by the percentage. Go by what it says, 130%. You got to go by, look on the left hand side first of the labels, and then you pay attention of the numbers on the right. And then trust me, when you look at the fat, when you look at the cholesterol, when you look at the sodium, that's going to tell you to get it or not to get it. They just put the percentage right there, really, really for publicity, just for show. Oh, this is how much percent it is and stuff like that. That's why I always say it's very important. You have to know what's going on.
Facts. And you want to get on that, man? 'Cause that right there,
So yeah, like he said, those percentages are very misleading. Like it says in the fine print, those percentages are based on a 2,000 calorie diet. Not everybody is supposed to be eating a 2,000 calorie diet.
Hey, hold on, Andrew. Wait now. If you guys see this right here, if you're looking at this page right here, it's at the bottom, right? That's what you're looking at, right? You looking at the footnotes down there, Andrew?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So in the footnotes, now what he's saying is this right here is based off a 2,000 calorie diet. So go ahead, Andrew, or you can take it from there.
So yeah, like not everybody is on a 2,000 calorie diet or should be eating a 2,000 calorie diet. Everybody is different. Everybody has different body sizes, different metabolism based on their activity level and everything. So not everybody eats a 2,000 calorie diet. So those percentages do not apply to everybody. So you have to look at, like you said, the actual numbers are what you want to go by. Um, and so, yeah, like you said, when you look at these numbers, it probably just looks like numbers to you, but you want to look at if it is fairly balanced, and based on your diet and what you need. Everybody's going to be different.
Facts.
So, low carb was a big thing for a while. It's not necessarily true to eat low carb. But you just have to be mindful of really is the added sugars, the sodium count, in the trans fats. They're not supposed to have a lot of trans fats in them. That's just law now. So it should be 0 or less than 1. And then another thing to look at is the ingredients. If it's something that you can't read or pronounce, then you probably shouldn't be eating it.
Shouldn't get that on, no.
Right.
Yeah.
No, that is so true, man. It's one of the things where you guys got it, man. Like I said, going back to the Gatorade thing, Gatorade should only be, you should drink that only when you are active. Whatever your sports drink is, your Powerade, Gatorade, what's the new one out now? Body Armor. Drink that stuff when you're active, not when you're just sitting dormant, you just sitting at watching TV or whatever. Then go ahead and drink water. If you don't like the bland taste of water, put some lemon in there. So now you got a good source of vitamin C, and on top of that, you're drinking water. But don't sit around drinking Gatorade because it does have a lot of sugar in it as well. So like I said, read it. So guys, I want you guys to look at that and then understand exactly what you're doing, because again, I go back to when we start talking, you would pick something up quick, and especially like the juicy juice, the Capri Suns and all that good stuff, and be like, oh man, this is good for Junior or my daughter, whatever. But again, you look at how much sugar you're bringing into their system. And that's the main thing about it, is that bringing into their system. Now, we talked about all the foods that's already made. So now we're going to talk about some of the oils out there and some of the misleading concepts about oil. So I'm going to show a quick video, and then I'm going to tie it in, and then I want you guys to share your thoughts on this. So I'm not going to play the entire video. I'm going to play some of it, let you guys get it.
I bet you're confused when it comes to the different types of cooking oil.
Fair use.
Which is healthy, which should you avoid, what are the health benefits, and how to use it. To make things a little less confusing, I'm going to share with you some of the facts about the top 10 most common cooking oils. All cooking oils are composed of 3 different types of fatty acids: monounsaturated, polyunsaturated.
Okay, so you're right there, you guys, where you see fatty acids, monounsaturated and polyunsaturated. Those are your good fats. You're saturated, and where everybody know about, you're saturated in trans fats. Those are mostly your bad fats.
And saturated fats. So each oil is categorized based on which fatty acid is most prominent in it. So before we get started, let's understand the difference between monounsaturated, polyunsaturated, and also saturated fats. Monounsaturated fats are typically liquid at room temperature, but may solidify when chilled. It can help to reduce bad cholesterol levels, and also it is high in vitamin E. So olive oil and avocado oil are considered mostly monounsaturated fats. There are 2 main types of polyunsaturated fats: omega-3 fatty acids and also omega-6 fatty acids, which are both essential to maintain a healthy body. So grapeseed oil is high in polyunsaturated fats. Saturated fats are typically found in animal products, such as meat or dairy, but they are also found in some plant sources, such as coconut oil. These fats are typically solid at room temperature. So let's start with olive oil. Regular olive oil has an unremarkable smell and a neutral palate. It has a high smoke point at 465 Fahrenheit, making it one of the most versatile cooking oils. It is great for sauteing, pan frying, grilling, deep frying, and even great as a salad dressing. Olive oil is known for its heart healthy benefits. It is high in vitamin E and also monounsaturated fat. However, it is very important to note that extra virgin olive oil should not be used for cooking.
Pause right there. So pause it right there, and then I'm gonna get into this, guys. I want you tell me what you think about this. So you guys can go ahead and get into that and tell me what you think about that. So far, what we seen. Let's start with underrated. You got it, fam.
I think she make good valid points, and I think that, and then the oils that she's saying again. Let me say it again that these oils is not in our community, so that means you got to search for it. That means you have to go to maybe like a another neighborhood that don't looks like us to search to get these oils because but also there are also oils in our community like olive oil that I've got from Food Line. So I'm gonna read this because it's too small. So 1 teaspoon amount of serving, calories 120. Okay, they said serving about 34. I don't know why they said serve about 34 because it's a small one. So I don't understand that why because it's all about like I've said it's all about the message. you
Mm.
know. So we got to understand it's all about the message, serving size, and then trans fat, cholesterol, Z, Z. All right, that's okay. Only unless like if it's certain amount of meat that you cooked on too. So that's olive oil. Okay, and so now so then I got the vanilla, not vanilla. I'm sorry. Then I got Food Line vegetable oil. Now, Food Line vegetable oil is called 120%. For the no frill, that's pretty good. Total fat 40 milligrams. Let's see, what much is it? Okay, that's 18%. Saturated fat 2 grams, 10%. Cholesterol 0, sodium 0, total carbohydrate no grams 0, protein no grams. That's why I pick it up because cholesterol, sodium, total carbohydrate 0, and protein. That's why I pick it up because that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for when you buy oil, you got to see cholesterol, sodium, and protein. All that's what you want to look for. You got to look for be in the team, be in the single numbers in 0. That's why I pick it up because I know that despite it says 18% total fat, saturated fat, 2 grams, 10%. Trans fat, OG, that's 0. Processed fat, 6 grams. What she said, mostly in fat, 4G. What she was saying, that's good, that's good. But sodium, cholesterol, sodium, total protein, that's all zeros. That's what you need to look for in the single numbers, and also on the left. That's very important.
Good points. Good points. And you got anything on? I'm sorry, Andre. Were you done? Or you got some add?
No, I'm not. No, I'm done. I can wait.
Okay. All right, Andrew, go ahead. You got something? Want to add to that?
No, the video was absolutely correct. Just those she mentioned like the good fats. I'm not sure if the video goes longer to compare
Yeah,
with the other types of fats.
it is.
Um, but yeah, so like most of your fats, there'll probably be about 14 grams of fat per like tablespoon. I do believe, give or take, which is fine. I mean, the thing is, you don't necessarily want to oversaturate your food in it.
They,
But then she also mentioned like cooking with it. Certain oils, you're not supposed to cook at high temperatures with it. Because it can release carcinogens, which
yes.
things that cause cancer. So
Yep.
it's certain things that you do have to be mindful of with your good oils, and it's, of course with the other oils. There's no such thing as good or bad, but those were the better oils that are heart healthy, quote unquote, for you because they're mainly plant based. Some of them are animal based, like your omega 3s and your omega 6s, where you get from your fish. So you don't necessarily have to cook with these oils. You can get them by eating certain foods as well. So, but yeah, but yeah, what she said was absolutely correct.
And they go ahead, Andre. You got it, bro. You got it.
No, and also too with some of these oils too. When you have certain oils that it needs to be cooked, those ones for cooking. You cannot put it in those solids because what it's going to do is going to be much more thick and it's going to be less tasteable. So sometimes we want to switch it up. If there's have oils are for salad, those are for salad. Those songs are for cooking. That's for cooking. But also, when understand this, when you have a small bowl, and then if you want to put some vegetables and fruits in it, also it's good to mix it up too. It's good to mix up, but sometimes it's not. But some I know knows that some people like to put like certain oils in it. No, when you deal with salads and fruits together, it's best to eat it by itself. It's not good to add the oil to it because what you had done, what you doing, you is really taking the minerals from the from the from the vegetable and even especially for the fruit. You are taking away the minerals. You're taking away that could bring back to your body and to be healthier. So please, whatever you do, brothers and sisters, if you see anybody doing that, tell them that it's not good. Just eat it by itself. Eat it by itself when you add fruit with vegetables.
Facts. Fact. Let me just say this, guys. Let me give you guys a tip. Again, like I said, guys, everybody that's watching, man, everybody's in the building. I'm gonna keep this going. And like I said, as knowledgeable as I am in fitness and nutrition and stuff like that, Angel can tell you. Listen, I feel like I gotta do this and give this out. Man, it's a lot of stuff out there you guys could be watching, a lot of drama, a lot of bullshit out there you guys could be watching and stuff like that, but you're here. So I gotta sit there and tell you this, guys. Like, if you want something, kidney stones and stuff like that, you want to flush your system out, I'm gonna give you guys a quick little remedy that you can do. Cilantro and parsley. Okay, you can create a tea out of that. Okay, so in other words, you go ahead and get you a bunch of cilantro, maybe like $1.79, and a bunch of parsley. Okay, you want to chop it up and just put it into a big old pot, let it steep for about 10 minutes. You pour it into a cup, you drink on that for about maybe 2 or 3 days, maybe 8 to 10 ounces. Right there, they'll flush your kidneys out. So that's another one. Like people sitting there saying, my back is hurting all the time. My back is hurting. My back is hurting. Well, in all actuality, it's really not your back. It's your kidneys need to be flushed out. You know what I mean? And that just been from maybe a lot of juice, a lot of sodas and stuff like that, alcohol, all those consumptions of those things, again, that don't have any nutritional value. That stuff right there can bring forth a lot of kidney stones, a lot of stuff that can damage your kidneys. So again, like Underrated was saying, like I said on my last stream, flush it out with water. And if you need something to fix that, more a healthier route, then you always can sit there and get cilantro and then get parsley, cut both of them up, put it into a pot, let that seep for about 10 minutes, and then pour it into a cup. And right there, that'll flush your kidneys out on the healthy route. So I want to sit there and finish up this video, guys, and I want to go ahead on it and get ready to get up out of here. So let me finish this video so you guys can see this about the oils. Oh, man. We about right up in
0.5 Fahrenheit.
Oh, y'all got to see.
Extra virgin olive oil should not be used for cooking. Extra virgin olive oil is processed by cold pressing with temperatures no higher than 80.5 Fahrenheit.
Fair use.
Which means it is richer in antioxidants, nutrients, and also flavors. It has a slight fruity, bittery, and also peppery taste. And always remember to keep your olive oil in a cold, dark, and dry place to avoid it from going rancid. The next oil is coconut oil. Coconut oil is nearly colorless and has a very light coconut taste and also aroma, which you will taste in your cooking. Coconut oil has the highest amount of saturated fats with more than 90%. What this also means is that it is very resistant to heat, making it extremely versatile. It is great for frying, sauteing, and great as a butter replacement in baked recipes, especially for vegans. So what are the benefits? Coconut oil is high in vitamin E, K, iron, and especially high in a fatty acid called lauric acid, which can actually help to raise your good cholesterol and kill harmful bacteria, viruses, and fungi. And the fatty acid is also believed to help reduce hunger. Now let's move on to flaxseed oil, which is also known as.
Remember, guys, your good cholesterol is LDL. The bad one is HDL.
Linseed oil. It has a clear golden yellow color and has a strong, nutty, and bittery taste, which is certainly not everybody's favorite. You shouldn't be cooking with flaxseed oil. Use it in small quantity as a salad dressing or add into smoothies, because too much can have a very strong taste and also aroma. It contains high amounts of omega-3 fatty acids, especially alpha-linoleic acid, which is important for proper functioning of the brain and also heart. Consuming it on a daily basis can also help treat constipation and improve on your overall digestive system. The fourth oil is avocado oil. The composition of avocado oil is very similar to olive oil and can be used just like olive oil. It's vibrant green and has a very subtle buttery flavor with the hint of avocado. It has one of the highest smoke points of any oils at 510 Fahrenheit, making it the best choice for super high cooking, such as grilling or frying, but it can also be drizzled onto salads. Almost 70% of avocado oil consists of heart-healthy oleic acid, a monounsaturated omega-9 fatty acid. It helps.
All right, all right. Pause it right there. Again, guys, your good oils. Again, if you need something simple, and then we're gonna say this, and I'm gonna close out. If you need something simple, go to the grocery store and get vitamin. What is omega 3, 6, and 9. If you can get those combined, that's even better. But get your omega 3, your healthier fatty acids and stuff like that. If you can get that, salmon, wild caught, not farm raised. Simple things like that can definitely help you guys, you know what I'm saying, with the good fats that you bring into your system. Okay. So I want to let's stand up. We're here. Let's go with underrated one. Go ahead and give me your closing remarks, man.
The closing remarks is with the omega that what the brothers talk about, make sure it says omega. You cannot go by what it says in the front. Look at the back. If it says omega and it says single, I'm saying it has low sodium, low everything, that's what you get. You got to put that up. But my closing remarks is family, gotta engage. We gotta be more smarter to read the labels. That's very important. Right. And also, let me read this. I will on my channel 6:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight. I will have underrated boxing talk 4. I want you to come join. But thanks again, brother. Be engaged, family. Educate ourselves. It's up to us to preserve our own health. Facts. For ourselves and our family. You cannot listen what the government and all the branches. We gotta do it for ourselves. So please share this. Let's start a conversation. Please. We owe it to ourselves and our family. Thank you.
Appreciate you, underrated. Go ahead, Angie. You got it.
Just like you said, you have to educate yourself on what you're eating. It's critical for your health now, so your health doesn't decline in the future, and for the future of our kids. We have a growing health disparity in this country, and like I said, the government and things want to keep us down. The pharmaceutical companies want to keep us sick so we can pay for medications, and so it's just enlighten yourself, educate yourself, and be mindful of what you're consuming and what you're giving your family and your kids.
Good stuff, man.
Can I say one more thing, brother?
Underrated, sure. Yeah, bro. Yeah,
let me say one thing. When you forgot to bring out that when you pick out the meats, when it says manager special, that is a red flag. You don't get those. You don't get those. That means they had it in the back for a minute and they put it back out.
Right.
Don't get the man because that's what happened in our community. I understand. Again, I understand that we got to stick to the budget. How things is. I get it. Please, I'm not blaming us and everything, but it says manager special. You don't get it. You don't get it because you got to look at the color. Any red meat that looks red, that's what you get. And I'm talking about when it looks red all around. Even like if you see the fat, if the fat is clear, it had that looky white, that means it's good. And when it start turning colors brown, that's when you don't get it. Even you got chicken. If you got chicken that says manager special, if you see 2 in the pack and the rest of the 3 in the same pack that looks brown, you don't get it. Sometimes you got to take a good look because sometimes they have it in the lighting could probably be like a little dark. So sometimes you gotta take it, go in the aisle that has a light. Look at it very carefully. Look at the blood. If the blood is dripping, you don't get it. And that's all I'm gonna say about that.
Man, listen. Guys, listen, man, we're gonna keep this going. I'm gonna keep this going, man. You know that. You guys know, y'all out there, y'all know, this not being talked about in this sector right here. We talk about every other stuff under the sun, and it's going to gravitate viewers and stuff like that. People going to gravitate to it. But this stuff right here is not being talked about. This right here gets swept up under the rug and pushed to the side until you go see that physician. And he say, you need to take your ass to the field and start walking, and you need to be more proactive as far as your nutritional habits. That's the only time it takes steam. So here's the stuff like this. This guy's right here, I'm going to have somebody on. We're going to talk about this stuff. We're going to keep it going at least every week or every other week. How many times I come out here and then bang this out. Again, my goal right now, guys, I'm going to keep it half short, but twice as strong. And I'm not worried about being long, drawn out conversation and stuff like that. Get the information, make it applicable to yourself and your family. I hope what we said today, I hope it resonates with you. And be on the lookout. I appreciate Underrated One. I appreciate Angel for stopping through, dropping some knowledge on us. But again, guys, we're going to end with some Ross. So again, thanks for coming in. Let's see, we got Shirley E, Xander, who else? Sunny, Boxing Talk, and a host of other people that stopped into the building. Again, guys, you guys know out there in this sector, they're not talking about this stuff, man. They're not. And that's why you guys need to share it because it's not being talked about here. It's not. They're not talking about being healthy and stuff like that until it's too late. So with that being said, let's end out of here with some Ross. Man, salute. Peace. Get out of here. Get out of here.
What's poppin', DJ Ideal? This Rick Ross. We got the MIA sold up, baby. This how we do it. AKs, Calicos, and 45s. I abide by the rules where I gotta buy. Can't let it buy too many niggas gotta die. What you got one in the head, 19 in the side. So keep your shoes tied, it might be a homicide. In my blood, all the killers on my mama's side. 8 block cheese, nigga, what the block read? Now my Beamer car keys wanted by the car. Hold up. Yeah, Ideal, this Rick Rouse. Boys in the hood freestyle. Shout out to my homie Block. You understand? Shout out to Diddy. Shout out to Jody Breeze, Big G, Big Duke, Young Jock.
There it is, man. Peace. Subscribe to the channel. Thanks for stopping in. Like it, subscribe, and I'm out of here, man. Big Duke out. All fight, no smoke. You know what time it is.
Peace.